I've been doing my best to keep everybody in the know about everything, whether it's, the economy, whether it's how we're driving, cash rides, auto maintenance, whatever, how to save money, how to make money. I've been doing my best. I drop content as much as I can. I know I need to be in these streets making this money, but sometimes we gotta have these conversations, and that's why I dropped this channel. So I want to bring something to y'all attention right now. There's a reason. Like I said, I dropped that WEF, with the guy saying we need to bring in more immigrants because Americans are asking for too much money. So I want to show y'all how much money these people are making around the world. But I'm starting today just with Venezuela. I don't want to make these videos too long. I'm going to make a video every other day about a different nation of we have most of their immigrants here in our country to show y'all what they're making where they're from and why they're sending all this money back to where they're from. They're coming over here making pennies compared to what we make. But compared to what they make over there, they're living like kings. They're coming over here making, $9 an hour, $15 an hour. They're living like kings on that in their country. Because when I show you this video, it's going to kind of make your stomach hurt to see what these people are forced to live on in their country. You got to have a heart. I see what they're living on in their country. Man, I kind of understand. I kind of understand why they will go through so much pain to get over here when they're given promises by our government that if they come here and help these corporations get corporate profits, we'll give them enough money to send back home. I understand why they're doing it. It don't make it right just because I understand it, but I understand it. Check out this video.
Venezuela is known to have some of the lowest salaries in the world, but how little it really is. Let's find out. I went to Venezuela a couple of weeks ago and asked the people there. So here's what they said. So how much is the monthly salary?
¿Cuánto es el salario tuyo?
Mi salario normalmente es de $3.
$3 per mes. Oh.
Hay veces que nos dan algunos bonos, pero igualito con estos bonos llegamos como a $5.
$3 a month is what this lady makes. She says she does other things to make a little extra income here and there, but her job pays her $3 per month. There's a reason why they make so less. He's going to explain why in this video as it goes, but the fact that somebody would pay you $3 a month for you to work open to close every day, and you still say, I'll take that as a salary. This video gets pretty interesting.
Que no tiene trabajo,
No, tengo dos trabajos. Tengo este y tengo mi otro trabajo. Yo trabajo para el gobierno.
ok.
Oh, yeah.
Lo que pasa es que tengo este trabajito porque
Ayúdate.
tengo mi propia máquina.
Ok.
Ah, ja. ¿Y cuánto ganas por mes?
Mira, yo saco 60, 50 algodón.
Oh,
50 algodón. Y me vengo ganando 3 por $1.
okay.
Son como 20, $25
Al mes.
Okay.
a la semana. Porque yo
semana?
sábado y domingo.
Okay.
Now we're up to $20 to $25 a week. So he makes about $80 to $100 a month selling cotton candy. And that's his other job. That's his actual job, selling cotton candy for $80 to $100 a month. But he also has another job. He said he worked for the government. Keep that in mind. You're going to see what they're doing in Venezuela and why so many people are saying this is corrupt. Something's wrong with this system.
Mi mamá es secretaria del Ministerio de Salud y ella gana 30 bolívares mensuales.
30 bolívares, ja, es 30 bolívares es $8, ja, por mes. $8 por mes. ¿Y tu papá?
Es vigilante de seguridad
Okay.
en una empresa aquí que se llama PwC
Okay.
y gana 100 bolívares.
Ah, sí, 100 bolívares, $25 por mes. Ja, $25 por mes.
Okay, each of his parents, one makes $7.50 a month working for the government, the other one makes $25 a month. I'm telling you, when you see what they're doing over there, you will be like, no wonder these people are leaving. The government tore that country up. Now they're coming over here to our country doing the same thing, working for pennies on the dollar because our government gave them a promise. It's the same thing their government did to them. The government came in, gave them a promise, failed on this promise. Now everybody's scraping to get by. That is going on in this country right now. The World Economic Forum is forcing that upon everybody. When I looked at all of these countries over here, looked at all these countries that are immigrating people over here, I kept seeing the same story. It was a corrupt government that forced people into poverty. Once it forced them into poverty, it had control over what they did. Democratic plantation level stuff. It forces you into poverty, and once you're that poor, you have to take what they give you. There is no way for you to grow from that.
¿Por qué pasa?
Todo lo agarró ahí, todo puro para ellos, más nada para ellos, puro para ellos, no le meten a nada para comer eso, que ahorita no alcanza ni para comer.
Ah, sí.
Si tú comes en carnes un día, después otro día no puedes comer, porque no tienes. Ahorita tú para comer aquí en Venezuela, lo que es carne, pollo, huevo, queso, es un lujo.
Es difícil ahora.
Es difícil.
You caught that right. He said the government took them by surprise. It's, you know, when I say things on this channel, I say they're putting stuff right in front of your face. What our government is doing is to no surprise. They're putting it right in front of your face. They're making interest rates go high. They're got Americans living on savings and credit right now because they're not paying any salaries right now. Everybody's getting fired, laid off, furloughed, downsizing, corporations closing. This guy saying the government took them by surprise. What our government is doing is to no surprise. They're telling you right to your face. The World Economic Forum is telling you right to your face. Americans are making too much money. The wages are too high. If you're watching my videos, you know what I'm talking about because I put those clips in my videos. They say our labor is too high over here. We need to import labor from other countries. This guy is saying our government took us by surprise. What's going on in America is to nobody's surprise. We see what's going on. The writing is on the wall. Stocks crashing left and right. Stock market is going up, getting high profits, and all of a sudden it's just crashing down because everybody's cashing out. This is to no surprise. So when I'm giving you information in videos, it's not to help you just make more money or just save more money, but it's to see a little bit down the road. If you're an executive of your own company, and we all got small businesses, we all our own executives, we have to have a little foresight. We got to forecast. We got a budget. We got to see what's coming down the pipe. A lot of channels don't tell you what's coming down the pipe. They tell you what's in the news already, what already happened. I'm telling you things are coming down the pipe. And this guy right here told you, our government took us by surprise. That's what happened. Our government did this to us.
¿Cuánto es un sueldo ahorita más o menos?
Mínimo son 10 semanales.
10 ¿qué?
$10 semanales.
$10 semanal. Menos de $10. $1. $1 semanal. Es el sueldo. ¿Y con $1 semanal tú puedes vivir?
No.
Si vives solo, sí.
Si acaso.
Un hijo,
$1
vives con
mensual, ni siquiera semanal.
Es mensual, ¿no?
Mensual.
Now we've got it down to $1 per month. That's what they're saying some of these people are making, $1 per month. One guy was like, yeah, I think it's $10 a week. She was like, no, it's like $1 a week. She was, wait a minute. I know somebody who makes $1 per month. This is how what they're living. And I'm telling you, it's real. When you see how it's set up, these people get $1 per month. This is US dollar, US, and it transfer into their money. So they're giving you equivalents right now. Because $1 in US dollars is something about bolivars or something like that, whatever they got, bolivars. So once it transfers over to that, they can actually go do things like they can go get a little food here and there. They can go get some clothes, you know, pay this. But you're going to see exactly why they only get this much money.
No sé cuánto está actualmente, pero está por debajo de los $8 básico.
Okay.
Y de igual manera eso no tiene capacidad para que pueda la gente sobrevivir. Hay que buscar una alternativa para poder tener un sustento. Porque por lo menos una harina pan para hacer las arepas, que es la comida básica de acá, puede costar $1 o más de un poquito más de $1.
Sí.
Y hay gente que no gana ni siquiera en una quincena $3-4.
Sí.
Entonces,
now we're back up to $8 per month. That's what this guy's saying, $8 per month. But what families do is they buy a pack of this flour so they can actually have, it's sort of like a staple. So they buy it and that lasts them. That's how they're eating. They don't eat out like this guy's eating out. The whole video, I'm going to put the link in the description so you can see this entire video. This is just little clips that I thought were very important for my video. But if you want to see the whole thing, go give this guy some love and watch his video. But you'll see why he's eating out, and he normally doesn't eat out, but he makes a certain salary doing what he does, which is why he's allowed to eat out. But he even says that he didn't always eat out because he couldn't afford to eat out. A lot of people you'll see in this clip and in the full video, these people don't eat out. It's kind of like how I say when I'm out driving and stuff, I just come home and eat. I make my dinner here. I do something about $9 will last me 3 days in dinner. That's how I eat here in America. These people eat like that as a lifestyle. There is nobody who's eating out and stuff like that. I'm telling you, there's a reason why these people are in this country. They were promised an American dream, and now they're over here and they're seeing it's not exactly what they said because our cost of living is a lot higher. But I'm going to explain to you at the end of the video how they make adjustments for that.
Mira,
Ja.
pregúntale, ella trabaja en una fábrica de bordado. Bordado es esto que hace esta cosa.
Oh, okay.
¿Cuánto es tu sueldo mensual? $40 mensual. ¿Y trabaja de qué hora a qué hora? De 8 a 2. Por la cuarentena. De 7:30 a 4:30. Por $40 mensual.
Okay.
¿Y te alcanza, ¿te alcanza para la comida? ¿No te alcanza? ¿Y cómo haces para comer?
Porque así, en la casa
Haces manos. Bueno. ¿Y tienes ayuda de gente de afuera? Que te manda, familiares, ¿no? Pero ¿cómo ves la situación ahora en
Difícil.
Venezuela? La situación. Mal.
Ja, sí, claro.
Al principio estaba peor.
Now, this lady makes $40 a month, $40 a month working in an embroidery factory. So she's probably, you know, putting clothes together that are being exported to other countries so they can pay her a little bit more. They probably got regulations on that from countries like America saying we can't use sweatshop labor. You got to pay them at least more than $1 a month, more than $3 a month, more than $7.50 a month. You got to pay them something because investors are going to want to know if we're getting blue jeans from this embroidery factory, how are we paying those people over there? So she's making $40 a month. But again, she says she eats at home. She doesn't eat out. She probably has a family to take care of. $40 US a month is all she's making, working every day, probably 5 days a week. So when you hear people over here talking about, you know, getting $40 an hour, and these people are making $40 a month, for each hour they work is a month of life. Each hour they work is a month of life. If you work 12 hours, that's a year. You work 24 hours. That's 2 years. You see what I'm saying? This is why these people are sold this dream. You make $40 a month. You can come over here and do that in 1 hour doing rideshare, driving an SUV. You can buy each hour you work is another month added to your family's life. You do this for 36 hours. 36 hours is 36 months. All you doing is adding time. When I told somebody we can 10x the money if we just take it overseas, I wasn't lying. I had to go out and find videos to show y'all the truth. These people are making $3 a month, but there's a reason for that. Don't get stuck on that yet. There's a reason why they only get $3 a month. But this lady's getting $40 a month. She works for an embroidery factory. She don't work for the government. I told you, keep that government play in mind. She don't work for the government, so she can make $40 a month. The guy before that was talking about the restaurant stuff, he makes more than her, but they don't work for the government. When you find out how government is controlling these people by keeping them broke, I'm telling you, there's something going on.
As you can see, the salaries in Venezuela vary a lot. Some people only earn $3 per month, while others earn $120. But why there's such a big gap? Those people who earn only $3 or $5 or $8, they usually work for the government. That means they will get provided with housing and food. Therefore, with the salary, they only have to pay clothing and other things, yeah?
Now, doesn't that sound very familiar to a setup of what's going on right here in America? If we pay for your clothing and your food, Section 8, EBT, we pay for your lodging. You don't have to make a lot of money. We'll use tax dollars from everybody else. It's like socialism. We'll use tax dollars from everybody else to pay for your living, to pay for your food, to pay for your clothes. So when they come over here and we're giving them stipends, we're giving them vouchers, it's just like they're at home. Same thing. We're giving them the same feel. Hey, we'll put you up in luxury hotels. We'll build apartment complexes to put you in it. We'll give you Section 8. We'll figure out how you can make a living. All you got to do is work for these corporations for less than what these Americans work for. Now, us as Americans, we got to pay our mortgage. We don't get Section 8. I got to pay my mortgage. I can't call the government and say, hey, man, can you hook me up? Give me about $1,200 a month on my... No, you don't get that. I can't sit around and say, I need more money, so I'll work for less if you pay all my bills for me. No, in America, it's capitalism. We go out and try to make as much as we can to cover the bills we got. But yet, when we're taxed for our taxation, our taxes are going into the system to cover people like this. It's socialism. It's like we're inviting immigrants over. And instead of us even taking care of our own people, giving money to our own people in our own communities, we're giving it to other people in other countries so they can live a little bit easier, so they can work for less. Now, Americans in most democratic communities are getting a basic minimum wage at least. Most of them are actual employees and not independent contractors, how big tech is using these people. As big tech, if we go to court and big tech is deemed to call these people employees, then big tech has to pay these people a bare minimum. Right now, big tech is not paying a bare minimum in many states because they deem everybody as independent contractors and they don't want to eat into their corporate profits. So they say, hey, listen, we're not calling these people employees. We're not giving them health benefits. We're not giving them retirements, pensions, none of that. They can come over, work for pennies on a dollar. The government can give them housing to live in. The government can help them get food. The government can give them cell phones. The government has to do that. The government has to help us out. This is our bailout. This is our corporate bailout package. Get immigrants in. We'll pay them dirt cheap. You guys give them housing and lodging. Americans will cover the tax basis so they can, at least cover these people. A socialism type deal. And everybody wins in the end except the American workers, except the American citizens. Those are the only people who don't win. Politicians win. The elites win. Immigrants are sending money back to their house. They win. All their countries win. This is a transfer of wealth via the replacement theory. This is what I try to explain to people when I'm dropping these videos.
And if you work for a private company, you obviously won't get the housing and food. You have to pay this from your salary. So that's why you have so big gaps in the salary. On the other hand, there are even people who work for international companies online. For example, virtual assistants. Yeah, there are many virtual assistants in Venezuela who can earn $400 to $500 per month, which is some of the highest salaries I've encountered during my travels. Yeah, with this money, you can have a good life in Venezuela, although things are not that cheap. Housing is very cheap. Electricity is almost free. That's why also people come to Venezuela for Bitcoin mining. Yeah, so as the salaries are very low, you can hire people for almost nothing. Yeah, but again, if you're if you're a private company, you will not find a person who works for $10 or $20 per month. Yeah, you still have to pay them maybe $400. I mean, if you're lucky, you can pay them $120. There are lots of opportunities in Venezuela for foreign investors. So I highly recommend visiting. It's also quite safe, as you can see in the other videos.
So I'm going to put the link to this guy's video in the description, like I said, so you guys can go see the entire video. It's basically, that's the gist of it. But he's got other videos of other places he's visited and stuff like that too. But I want to start getting other countries like Somalia. I looked at Somalia. I mean, we got a lot of Somalians out here. I looked at Somalia. That country is so destitute right now. I mean, the only way you can make money in Somalia is basically pirating. And by pirating, it is exactly what it means, pirating. Getting on a boat, getting some guns, and hijacking other boats. That's about the only way you can make money in Somalia. And I mean, they're right on the Horn of Africa, so you got to get in and out to all the Red Sea and everything else. You got to pass Somalia. So, of course, they thinking, why aren't we included in the trade? Why can't we own part of the ocean for trade? Why can't our country benefit from trade? So since people are leaving them out of a trade, they decide to become pirates. So I'm going to do a story on Somalia too, so you can see why all of those people somehow made it from Africa. The World Economic Forum got those people, paid for those people to go from Africa all the way to South America, walking with the Venezuelans all the way up through Mexico with the Chinese and everything too, and then to America. Now they're here. This is why we got countries sending their brokest people to our country to extract money to send back to their country and to pull money from Americans. My videos will help explain all of it. Thank you guys for watching it. Hopefully it gives you a little more insight to what's going on so you can talk to your writers about it. Talk to your family about it. I mean, it's what this election is all about coming up. It's do we save America or do we give America to the rest of the world to pillage, dilute us, come in and take our money out? Is that what we're going to allow to happen? Because we have somebody in office right now who's allowing that to happen. And his entire party supports the WEF. His entire party supports one world government. When you got somebody saying we should look out for America, understand what they're talking about, I'm digging into it to find out what we're really up against.